Hi everyone, this is Shannon from Rock Solid Financial Services. Excuse that guy behind me. That's our mascot for the other business, Hall Cut. He's very popular, even though he's been nailing my 7-Eleven muffins lately. So super impressed with that. Probably a good thing anyway. So I just wanted to have a quick chat with, in regards to unsecured loans for businesses. Now, the unsecured lending space is pretty fast, heavily advertised, but it does attract a very, very heavy rate in many cases, and people are very surprised to hear it. So there's they run off simple interest a lot. I'm not going to go into that on this video, but it does make it look a bit more attractive than what it is. Uh, Compared to we call it APR, but that's another topic. I'll do another video. When we've got a bit more time. So they have their space. So businesses are very reluctant with a lot of these loans and end up pulling money out of their personal savings and whatnot, and sometimes causing themselves a bit of grief in the personal life budget or personal economy, which is your house and your car and whatnot, and your kids and family and holidays and all this other jazz. Rather than keeping the business separate, they look. You can. There's other options which we spoke about in previous videos for obtaining capital and the various unsecured ways and secured ways and overdrafts and all this other jazz. So that's in the other video on the Rock Solid Finance Talks. But this one here, I just wanted to explain that they have their space and how they have their space. And that's these short-term business loans. They can be a trap. Yes, they can be a trap if they're not used for the right purposes. They're typically emergency money only, and they're very high interest. And if a business is capital stacking, which once again that's another video, but if they're borrowing to borrow and they're just chasing their tail and things are looking pretty doomed, well, it is a fast way to accelerate it. So it is not the space for that kind of scenario, but where it does have a space and where I finance a lot of businesses using these, I do explain to them it is a high rate, it is a short-term thing, and it's a quick fix only. It's not a permanent fix. It's not a revolving line of credit. It's not it's just a capital injection. So they do, once again, they attract a higher rate. They are unsecured. You can get ones that you can put a caveat over an asset to make things a bit more plausible to the assessor or bring down the rate. But however, at the end of the day, they're quite expensive. So where they have their spaces in situations where a business owner or whatnot, we've had people out on holidays on the business owners went out on the holidays and they realise that certain invoices haven't been paid, but they have that typical business gap where they needed stock in to keep the people working in the business while they're away. However, they didn't have the time while they're overseas and whatnot to go through main streams of lending, which we do recommend and assist with. So we had to get the fastest option to keep the wheels still turning within the business and cover that gap. So we ended up going through one of the fintechs. I think it would have been 48 hours. That deal was done. And then they were able to get stock straight away, and bang, the business is rolling again. I'm going to go into sort of the plan and how to address this a bit later. But there's other situations we've had a major. We've had a few where we had major food restaurants, and they've had a few breakdowns in compliance issues and whatnot. They needed the money right there and then to get compliant, which was significant. Once again, we had to accept that they were going to be making a lot more money than the interest that they're going to be paying, a lot more money on their margins, even though it's a high interest, but at least it's going to keep the wheels rolling and they still can make their margins. So, yeah, they do have their space, and there is a plan, a contingency plan, or probably an end of the day plan with these short term loans and the higher interest loans. And once everything gets settled, once they got their stock or they've done their repairs or whatnot, that's when we got to start looking at when everything's moving into place and running correctly. Um, that's when we look at refinancing it. So that's in the other video, but the plan is either you pay it out straight away, as quick as you can, because that's what they are, a short-term loan. A lot of people get them and then they drag them out, and they've caused themselves some grief. Rather than, okay, cool, we've done what we needed to do. The trouble is sorted. We have the funds to do it. It's done. Then we can refinance out, whether we use security or another loan facility, or simply, okay, they have the funds to pay it out in the 6 months. So that's the short-term lending sort of spiel. I just wanted to just explain that, because advertising on TV and the radio and whatnot, that it can get you into a trap if you don't have an end game plan in how to finalize that debt. If you have high cash flow and whatnot, yes, that's fine. Then you can keep paying the installments. Well, once again, we can look at refinancing it into a bit more friendlier business. Interest friendlier business loan. So there is a strategy there. So yeah, it is really important before you dive into this kind of lending is to have a chat to your broker, or feel free to reach out to us at Rock Solid Financial Services. Yeah, and we can have a chat and guide you through the process. Thank you.